What? Okay, why do you have a ponytail? Wait, why? How come it hurts to take it off?
Did you know the teddy bear was named after me? It happened when I was hunting. I love to hunt. When I refused to shoot a baby bear. Then a toy maker made the first teddy bear. I was also a mediator between Japan and Russia. Plus, I was a great president. Not to toot my own horn or anything. I hope you enjoy my biography. I was born on October 27th, 1858 in New York City. I had asthma and was sickly. I did not attend school, and instead I studied at home. When I was 18, I got accepted to Harvard University in 1876. The year after I got into Harvard, my dad died from cancer. I thought I'd never get over my pains until I met the love of my life, Alice Lee. We got married in 1881. In that same year, I got elected to New York State Assembly, where the state laws are made. The others thought I was too eager, young, and overdressed. I like to wear expensive clothes. In February of 1884, Alice Roosevelt was born. The next day, Valentine's Day, my wife and mom died on the same day. I was overcome with grief. I moved west, leaving my daughter with my sister. Later, I wrote, "The light has gone from my life." It was during this time that I learned to love the Western life. When I returned to New York, I remarried Edith Carroll, a childhood friend. After that, I ran for mayor but failed because I was known as the cowboy candidate. Then I moved from New York to Long Island to a mansion on Sagamore Hill. America was at war with Spain because the ship was in a bay by Cuba and it was blown up, and the U.S. officials thought it was Spain's doing. I put together a group called the Rough Riders. It was made up of policemen, friends from Harvard, and cowboys. We helped take Kettle Hill, which led to the taking of Santiago, one of the goals of the U.S. 1 out of every 3 men died in the battle, but I lived. I ran for governor and I won. I was 40 and the youngest ever to be elected. This attracted attention, and when the vice president died, I was elected into the vice president position. Then, unbelievably, the current President McKinley, was assassinated by Leon Zalgoz. He looked likely to recover, but he died 8 days later. This meant I was now president and the youngest ever. While I was president, I ordered the construction of the Panama Canal, which made it easier for traders on the Atlantic coast, to reach the Pacific coast more easily. I shortened trips for all ships trying to get around the Americas. I also helped the Japanese minister and Russian minister solve their rivalry between their countries. That's when I was presented the Nobel Peace Prize. That was in 19. Oh yeah, I was the first American to ever get it. In the White House, I was known as a playmate to my kids. We would often have pillow fights and play bear. Because of my love of nature, I preserved 40 million acres of national forests and created 5 national parks such as Yosemite, the Grand Canyon, and Niagara Falls. I did not run again for office in 1908. I went on a hunting trip to Africa with my son Kermit. We shot 11 elephants, 17 lions, and 20 rhinoceroses, plus hundreds of little smaller critters. When I got back, I was as popular as ever. and I ran again for president, but as a progressive candidate. During a speech in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, I was shot in the chest by John F. Schritt. Luckily, I was saved by my speech and glasses case. They were both in my breast pocket. I delivered a 1.5-hour speech before receiving medical attention. I lost the election, but did not regret trying. I wrote a couple of books about my life and Western journeys. Then, on January 6, 1919, I died in my sleep. The country will always remember me as a rough rider and a preservationist because of my national parks. You can still see me today as one of the 4 presidents carved in rock on Mount Rushmore.
Any questions for Michael? Great job, Michael.
Is that State Farm shirt on the bear?
Yeah. Is there any reason why you chose Theodore? Well, I was changing a lot, which I'm sure annoyed Miss Denmark. But then my dad suggested Theodore Roosevelt, so then